Hey squad, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a quick 5-minute magic review for you. We're going to be taking a look at Mental Dice by E.M.M. Now this is the competition to Ann Verity's Mental Dice, which has become so popular just recently. And this is a good alternative option for those of you that are looking for something a little more economical. It may be a little bit controversial since it is put out by a Chinese magic company. Now, I got mine off of eBay about 7 months ago. I've built a whole routine around this prop. It's been very reliable to me. I've had no issues with it all of this time, which is why I'm bringing you guys this review. I'm going to tell you guys a few of the positive aspects of this and then go over what I think are probably the biggest negative aspects you would have, and then show you guys how I use it. So the most important positive thing is the price tag. It's 1/3 the price. So this is $99 on eBay right now, and I think there's actually a second version they put out that includes more dice. But I also saw it sold at some other places for like $120, but it's still $99 on eBay, opposed to Ann Verity's Mental Dice, which is $300. So that's a really big advantage there. The next advantage is that you can get the signal from far away. It's reliable, and I think that it's better that the cue you get is a vibratory cue. It's not a visual cue, because Ann Verity's Mental Dice rely on a visual cue. So this you can perform blindfolded. So I think that overall, this is a better type of cue, but that's my own opinion. Now, the biggest negative aspects of this that you're probably gonna have, the first one is the size. So for a lot of people, the size of this may be a deal breaker because it's 2.5 centimeters and it's a lot bigger than a standard die. So that may be a deal breaker for you. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I get around this problem, because I have worked a solution myself in my own routine. That size doesn't matter in the way that I use it, but for some people that may be a deal breaker. Another thing that you may not like is you only get 1 die, opposed to Ann Verity's Mental Dice where you get 3. But if you're only really performing this for one person, it shouldn't make any difference at all. I've had no issues with that. Another issue you may have is that the instructional video you get is 2 minutes long, and it only shows you how to use it and how to charge it. Whereas Ann Verity's Mental Dice comes with some routines. Now, a friend of mine who has that tells me that those routines are not really that great anyway. So you're probably not even missing out on a whole lot. Personally, I think the biggest disadvantage of this prop is that the vibratory sound is a little loud. So you can't really get it right next to the person. You have to take a few steps away, but I haven't had really any issues with it. The actual receiver is nice and small and it fits in your pocket perfectly. In fact, I don't even turn mine on until I'm gonna use it for that part of the routine. The way that I've structured this and the way that I use it, I don't have any issues because I'm mixing multiple methods of mentalism when I do this. So let me show you guys how I use this prop. What I do is I introduce it with David Forrest's Cubism. If you're not familiar with David Forrest's Cubism, this is a chop cup routine that uses dice. And so at the end of that routine, I have these dice out there and I incorporate this into the routine so it looks like it's part of it. Now at the end of that routine, I have these 3 dice out on the table, and you can see that because they're different sizes and they're pretty big, the actual mental dice is the intermediate size. I immediately follow this up with an effect that I learned from the Green Neck System book, which is called a la carte, if you're interested. So this is a variation of Bob Hummer's Mathematical Monty, and the reason why I like it so much is because you don't need to know the starting position of the dice, which most of the time with the Mathematical Monty, you need to at least know the starting position. But this version, which is genius, you can turn around, walk away, they can mix up these dice as much as they want. They're gonna focus on one, and you also use the chop cup in this routine in this way, and you have to because of the method. Now, I'm not gonna tip that, but just tell you guys that it's something you should take a look at. When I'm done with that, I will use the Magician's Choice equivoke to equivoke this die on the spectator, and then I'll actually go into the part of the routine that uses the actual mental dice aspect of it, where I turn around, take a few steps away, have them roll the dice a couple of times, concentrate on a number, and I can tell them what they're thinking of. So that's pretty much how I use it, and you can see because I'm using it in conjunction with all of these, size doesn't matter at all. That's how I've gotten around that. So I would definitely recommend this to you guys. If you have any questions about this product or anything I review, just let me know. Thanks again, guys, for checking out my magic reviews, and this has been another 5-minute magic review.